So Chapter 7 Season 3 has been out for a month. Like, why has time passed so quickly? And of course, with Chapter 7 Season 3, we got a whole new map, the Shattered Coast. So I thought it would be fitting to, well, rank every Season 3 map that I've gotten so far. So what's up, guys? It's your boy Jet here, and welcome back to some Fortnite. Unless for some reason you didn't read the title of the video, we're going to be ranking every single Season 3 map that has been released so far, from worst to best.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
Now, we already did this for Season 2, so I thought it would be fitting to do this for Season 3, of course. Now, unfortunately, one of the maps here has to be the worst, and at last place is Chapter 4, Season 3. Yeah, I don't think this one is too much of a hot take, but hear me out, okay? Now, you might be asking yourself, but Jet, you ranked Chapter 4 Season 2 so highly, and yes, I did rank it highly in my last ranking video, but I'm gonna be honest, the jungle biome in the middle of the Chapter 4 map just completely ruined it for me. Like, I don't know what it is about this jungle biome, I just really don't like it compared to the rest of the map, and in my opinion, it being in a crater in the middle of the map just really ruined the pace of the map, in my opinion. It's not even the right word, and I don't even know, to be honest. We'll get into the POIs here. Creaky Compound, I didn't like. I don't really remember too much about it either. I don't really remember being that good. Shady Stilts, it was a alright POI, I guess. And then Rumble Ruins, also okay. But my main gripe with this biome is that it's for some reason in a giant crater in the middle of the map. Like, you couldn't have just raised it up a bit and make it level with the rest of the map. No. For some reason, they had to put the biome in a giant crater for some reason. I do not know why. I still think the rest of the map is good, don't get me wrong, like Slappy Shores, the Mega Biome, Snow Biome, stuff like that. But in my personal opinion, they just completely killed the Chapter 4 map with this jungle biome. I mean, it doesn't help that the season itself wasn't too great either, but the map changes just bring it down even more. Like, in concept, having a jungle biome's cool, but in terms of execution, I just don't think they've done it right. Mainly the part where they put it in a giant crater for some reason. So overall, while I did like Chapter 4 Season 2's map, Season 3 just completely killed my love for the Chapter 4 map. So at number 6 here, this is gonna be a quick one actually, is the Chapter 1 Season 3 map. Now, before a lot of you rush down to the comments and call me a new gen for presumably not playing Chapter 1 Season 3, even though I'm pretty sure I did when I was like 13 back in 2018. Hear me out, okay? While the map itself isn't bad, I do like this version of the Chapter 1 map. My issue is they only added one new location in this season, which was Lucky Landing. And while I do like Lucky Landing, I think it's quite a good location. If they done this in, let's say, next season, Chapter 6 Season 4, they add Chapter 7 Season 4, my bad.
I'm kind of...
If they done this in Chapter 7 Season 4, flipping everybody would be on epic for it, and honestly, it would be inexcusable. So compared to today's standards, adding one location is not acceptable. I don't know what else you want me to say about this map, like that's literally it, I'm gonna be honest. Overall, map is good, but adding one location for a new season, it isn't very acceptable by today's standards. Now, at the number 5 spot, I nearly said free because there's a lot of frees here, we have Chapter 3 Season 3's map. I don't think this map is bad by any means, but I feel like the 4 above it are a little bit better, in my personal opinion. So with Chapter 3 Season 3, we got a whole new biome on the west side of the island, which was the Reality Tree biome. I actually don't know what it's called, but we're calling it that for the sake of this video. Well, in my opinion, I do find this biome to be very stunning. Like, if you played during Chapter 3 Season 3, this biome was beautiful, but in terms of the actual locations there, they're a little bit lacking, if I'm being honest. While this PY isn't exactly new, they did change up Greasy Groove to be destroyed with mushrooms grown out of it, which it's like, I don't know why you would do that. While it's still basically the same as Greasy Groove was in Chapter 3, it's all destroyed and filled with mushrooms, and in my opinion, just made the location just look a little bit ugly.
Excuse me, sir. I hope my horrible ugliness won't be a distraction to you.
Not at all, boy!
And then the main attraction of this biome was the Reality Tree itself, or Reality Falls, I'm pretty sure it was called. And while the actual Reality Tree itself does look stunning, the location was fine. Like, it was okay. Not gonna say it was my favorite location of all time, but it was fine. And then we had the best location this season, which was the Rave Cave, which was pretty much just Hoover Cavern, but graffitified with a giant cuddle team-leader head that had like a baller roller coaster around it, which is really fun to ride it with the ballers, I have to say. I really enjoyed doing that during that season. Overall, my favorite location from this season. And then there were a few other map changes this season, such as Sleepy Sound, the Butter Barn, and Hondo Canyon getting like many reality trees there, which changed the POIs every game. For the Butter Barn, it changed the whole POI, with Sleepy Sound and Hondo Canyon only changed certain parts. It was a cool concept, but not very well executed, I must say. And then later on in the season, the Daily Bugle got replaced, finally, with Lazy Lagoon in the middle of the inactive volcano. Not gonna say Lazy Lagoon is my favorite POI, but I do like it. I thought it was a pretty cool POI to bring back. So overall, while I thought the map was okay, I feel like some of the biomes in the reality tree biome in particular just felt a little bit lacking, if I'm being honest. Now, at the number 4 spot, we have Chapter 5 Season 3. For once, Chapter 5 actually doing something good for once.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Well, I'm not a fan of the Chapter 5 map to begin with. I do think it got better over the course of the chapter, and I feel like the desert biome, or wasteland biome, that they added in Season 3 did help with that. And we got 4 new locations in this biome, one of which being Sandy Steps. I didn't like Sandy Steps. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of Snooty Steps to begin with. With Sandy Steps, they basically just threw a load of sand at the POI and made it worse. And we have Brittle Beachhead, which I actually quite like this location. This is where Megalodon spawned, I'm pretty sure, sometimes. It was basically just a giant shark boat, and I really liked it, to be fair. I thought it was a pretty cool POI. Had a decent amount of loot there too as well. Then we had Redline Rig, which was, in my opinion, kind of just like a modern version of the Chapter 2 Season 2 rig. I like this POI. I actually quite liked it, and this is where the machinist spawned as well. So you had an incentive to go there. Overall, I really liked the biome, and I thought it was quite cool how it had a pipeline that connected to Brittle Beachhead to power up the ship. And then the final main location of this season was the Nitrodrome. This was personally my favorite POI in this season. I really liked it. It was basically just like a giant arena where cars got destroyed. Now, I really liked the POI. Like, the vibes of this POI were really cool. Can't say the season itself was good, of course, but I did really like landing at the Nitrodrome during that season. And actually, midway through the season, we did get a Pirates of the Caribbean lab POI in the middle of the map, which was Shipwreck Shallows. It was kind of just like a crappier version of Lazy Lagoon in the middle of the map. It was cool for the collab, but overall, kind of a forgettable location. So overall, while I'm not a massive fan of the Chapter 5 map, I have to say, the map did get better over time throughout the season, and I really liked the desert biome. The desert biome was probably my favorite part of the map that was added. I really like it. Now, at the number 3 spot was Chapter 2 Season 3. This was when Epic decided to flood the island after the giant water storm appeared in the device event, and it all fell down onto the island. I don't know what it is about the Chapter 2 Season 3 map, but I just really like it. I mean, I think that season is kind of underrated as a whole, but I do quite like the map for this season. First, a lot of the POIs were flooded, like Pleasant Park, Spotty Sands, Frenzy Farm, stuff like that. Rest in peace, Slurpy Swamp for most of the season, by the way. And we got 5 new locations in this season, first of which being the Authority. It's basically just the agency, but taken over by Shadow, and there's a giant wall around it, which makes sense. It was trying to protect itself from the water. I'm gonna put a hot take here, but I actually think I prefer the Authority over the agency. I don't know what it is. I just think it's a much cooler POI, but both are good. Both are good.
Mods ban that guy and blow up his fucking house.
And also, jails spawned here as well, so you had an incentive to go there. And we had the Fortilla, which is a very interesting POI. I feel like it's pretty forgotten. I mean, I even forgot it existed, but I quite like it. I thought it was a pretty good POI. Decent amount of loot there, and you had Ocean spawn there, so once again, an incentive to go there. Rickety Rig, it was basically just the rig, but like split into 3 different junk islands. It was a cool enough POI. Although for whatever reason, by the end of the season, 2 out of 3 of the islands were just not there anymore. So by the end of the season, POI was quite bad. So started off strong, but in the end, just kind of fell off hard. And then we had Caddy Corner, where Kit spawned with his shockwave launcher and charged shotgun. I mean, it's an okay POI. Was never really the biggest fan of it, but it's not bad, but also not good. And then later on in the season, once the map decided to get rid of all the water, we got Coral Castle, which I don't like this POI. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. It's not very good. And plus, once again, it's a giant crater in the corner of the map, and I don't know, it just didn't play well. For some reason, giant craters just don't play well in Fortnite. I still think the map was good at the end of the season, but in my opinion, what made me really like this version of the Chapter 2 map was all the water being there, and I wish it stayed around for a bit longer because it made the map a lot more interesting to play, in my opinion. But overall, though, I really like this map. Now, at the number 2 spot is Chapter 6 Season 3, my third favorite season of the chapter. I really like this map. I thought it was quite good. Do I think it's as good as Chapter 6 Season 1's map? No, I think Chapter 6 peaked it literally the first map. Now, my favorite location in this season was Supernova Academy. I don't know what it is. I really like this location. Like, it replaced Magic Mosses. It's basically a giant school academy for the Supernovas during the season. I really like this POI, along with, like, shooting range, like, hidden underground in the POI. I really like that, and it gave some really good loot as well. And then he had, like, the giant launcher in the bottom of the POI. Like, oh, it was so good. Overall, really enjoyed this location. And we had Demon's Domain at the bottom of the map, which unfortunately replaced Mass Meadows, but good thing I like Demon's Domain just as much. Okay, maybe a little bit less than Mass Meadows, but I still really like the POI, and Daigo spawned here with his Spire Rifle and Medallion. I don't know what it is, just this POI just looks so cool. Like, Epic did such a good job in this POI, especially of, like, the clouds, like, swirling around the sky above the POI. Like, it just looked so cool, and the loot there is pretty good as well. Then the final location in this season was Utopia City, which definitely gives me, like, Neo Tilted vibes, but I wouldn't say it's as cool as Neo Tilted, and it replaced Seaport City, so I feel like it was a little bit of a downgrade of the POI, mainly, like, I don't know what it was, but, like, a lot of the buildings just felt empty in that location and just didn't provide a lot of loot for whatever reason. I still like it though, even if I feel like it was a downgrade from what was previously there, Seaport City. And then later on the season, we got Superman's Fortress of Solitude at the bottom of the map, so basically you were almost never there. I mean, I thought it was a cool POI, but like, I feel like they should have put it somewhere towards the middle of the map so more people could actually it. So overall, I really enjoyed this map, even if I thought one of the POIs was a little bit of a downgrade from a previous one. But it's not at the number 1 spot for this video, and yeah, I think it's quite obvious what the number 1 spot is, so we'll get straight to that. Now, at the number 1 spot here is the newest map we got for Fortnite runners, the Chapter 7 Season 3 map, the Shattered Coast. Now, unlike some other people, I was a fan of the Golden Coast, but in my opinion, the Shattered Coast is way better. Like, I think this map is really good, and it's the first time we've actually gotten, like, a completely new map in the middle of the chapter, and in my opinion, just absolutely dunks on all the other Season 3 maps. Like, I don't know what it is, just this entire map is just really good. Like, you've got, like, I really like the diversity of the different biomes, like the desert, jungle, tropical area, whatever you want to call it, the autumn biome, the green wood biome with, like, the battle woods and all. I really love this map. Like, I could sit here all day talking about it, but I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. Standout locations for me, I would say, on this map, because there's a lot of go free. Calamari Canyon, I know it's Swibbly Shores, but in the desert, but I feel like that's what I really like about it. Battlewoods, major upgrade from Battlewood Boulevard. Really like this place. Bonky Land and Latte Landing still being here as a W. I really like these locations. Heatwave Harbor, really like this location. Gives me sort of Sleepy Sound kind of vibes of like a little bit of Utopia City in there. In my opinion, better than Utopia City. Chicken Sanctuary, I mean, I already did like New Sanctuary from last season, but Chicken Sanctuary, I would say, is way better. And Sinister Strip, I mean, it's basically Sandy Strip in the jungle biome and taken over by the Dark Voyager. I really like it. Overall, I just really like this map, and I'm gonna be honest, like, I already knew it was gonna be at the number 1 spot when thinking of this video idea. Like, I automatically just knew Chapter 7 Season 3 straight at the number 1 spot, and it just completely dunks on all the other Season 3 maps, in my opinion. So what did we learn today from this video? A lot of the Season 3 maps are kind of mediocre. Like, I feel like half of them aren't too great. Like, one of them ruined an entire map. One of them introduced literally one name PY and call it a day, and then another one had a beautiful biome, but the locations were kind of lacking. Like, it was quite obvious that Chapter 7 Season 3 would be at the number 1 spot. Call it recency bias, I mean, it very well could be, but like, in my opinion, I don't know, I just absolutely love the Chapter 7 Season 3 map. And I'll give you guys a teaser for the next video. Let's just say it may involve Chapter 5 in some way. Oh, I can't wait to talk about it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, only if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications to never miss a video that I upload. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.